Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a question that trips up a lot of electricians, both apprentices and seasoned pros. How many conductors can you actually pull into a conduit according to the Canadian Electrical Code? And more importantly, why do the codebook tables seem to stop at 200? Let's break it all down. The main rule you need to know is CEC Rule 12-910. This rule tells us that the number of wires you can put in a pipe isn't just a random guess. It's based on the total cross-sectional area of the conductors. You can't just cram them in there. The code uses a percentage system, and it's all laid out in Table 8. Now, doing those calculations every single time would be a real hassle. Imagine you on a job site trying to figure out the area of each wire and then the area of the conduit, and it's a lot. Thankfully, the CEC gives us a massive shortcut with tables 6A through 6K. These are your best friends for conduit fill. These tables have done all the math for you. You just find your conduit type and size, find your wire size, and the table tells you the maximum number of conductors you can install. It's simple, quick, and efficient. But here's where people get confused. If you look at these tables, especially for smaller wires like number 14 or number 12 AWG, you'll notice something strange. As the conduit gets bigger, the number of conductors allowed goes up, and then it just stops at 200. Even for a massive 6-inch conduit, the table says the maximum is 200. Why? Why not 300 or 400? There are a few solid reasons for this 200 conductor cap. First, let's talk about practicality. Have you ever tried to pull wire? Now, imagine trying to pull over 200 individual conductors through a pipe without damaging any of them. It's a logistical nightmare. The pulling tension would be enormous, and the risk of stripping or breaking the insulation is incredibly high. It's just not practical or safe. The second reason is ampacity derating. Rule 400 requires us to derate the ampacity of our conductors when we have more than 3 current-carrying conductors in a raceway. And finally, the simplest reason is code approval. The CEC tables provide a pre-approved standard installation method. By capping the number at 200, the code is essentially saying that anything beyond this is non-standard. It's not that it's theoretically impossible, but it falls outside the scope of what these quick reference tables are designed for. So, could you theoretically calculate a number higher than 200 using the 40% fill rule from Table 8? Yes, you could. For example, let's take a 6-inch EMT. If you did the raw percentage calculation, you might find that you could squeeze in a few more. However, for your exams and for everyday professional work, the answer is 200. The tables are there to be followed for standard installations. If a job truly requires more than 200 conductors in a single conduit, it would become an engineered job. A professional engineer would have to design the installation, counting for pulling tension, extreme derating, and heat dissipation. They would have to prove that their unique design is safe and meets the overall intent of the code. So, the key takeaway is this: for your day-to-day work and for passing your exams. Truss tables 6A through 6K. The maximum number of conductors they list for a standard installation is 200. Going beyond that requires special engineering and is not something you should do on your own. Stick to the tables and you'll stay compliant and safe. This is a pretty important topic, so I was thinking of creating a handy one-page cheat sheet that summarizes these conduit fill rules and the reasons for the 200-wire limit. If that's something you'd find useful, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope that cleared things up. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more electrical code tips. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.